There we go. Welcome everybody, Tech Tuesday. We are here. It is, what is it today? June 21st. And we even have a topic. We got both of the guys here with us today, ER Wolf and Guy Tool, joining us to chat today about sharing. Do you want to kick it off, or one of y'all, either one of what y'all talked about on sprint planning?
Yeah, I think a big thing is just sharing in general. What are you sharing? How are you sharing? Who are you sharing it with? Is a topic that I think we can all pay a little bit of attention and focus on because it can have a big impact in the results that we get. And we talk about sharing all the time, the right information to the right person at the right time. And you're going to hear us say that phrase over and over again because it's so true. And often we see people share a bunch of information, like you open the fire hose up, and we've even had that done to us, right? Somebody opens the fire hose of information onto us, and we're just overwhelmed. You can't even take a drink from the fire hose. And we've talked about sizable chunks of information, the ways we use our cards, how that information is shared, the purpose. So these are things that I think we want to spend a little bit of time today is sort of digging into and musing on. And going from there. So Guy, I don't know if you have anything you want to add to that.
I don't. I think it's a great topic. It's a great theme to go on throughout the week. Kathy will be showing us the multiple ways to share, tracking, untrackable. I think this is a perfect time. We've talked about it starting last week. It's starting to be some scary times. You hear about people going under contract in the housing market and canceling because they're not sure if they can make this house payment. And right now, it is a perfect opportunity for people to share something worth a damn. That's worth sharing, right? Because we all see on these social platforms, people are more than willing, and I let ER and Kathy know this, people are more than willing to let you know their political views, their religion, all those different types of things, and what advancements are they making in their business? What advancements are they making for themselves? Take an opportunity and say, hey, here's something that I can share that's going to advance my business, potentially advance your business if you want to take a look. Or here's different ways to get a hold of me. Here's different ways to connect and network, because that's what we're really going to start leaning into. I guarantee, Mike Snow, we talk about it from the 2007, 2008, the housing bubble. A lot of people joined relationship marketing because they're looking for something new. It's an opportunity right now to start sharing and get information out. You don't have to be the authority either. That's the big thing. You all have influence. Influence is really the new authority on how things are working. So leadership, influence, that's where people are going to look to you and how we can get this advancement and sharing information out to others to build this network, to build this community, and give somebody something worth sharing.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I think another thing, Guy, that you and I have talked a lot about is sharing things in consumable chunks or bite-sized chunks. Something that's just a tip, a trick, a blurb. When you're posting out on all of these different channels, a blurb are conducive to others, or more conducive to others on what's being shared. So something that's going to be consumable, because we live in this environment where people are just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And again, Guy, to your point, I see more often than not, people are, voicing their opinions, talking politics, religion, and everything else. And there's a huge opportunity for the audience to look for something that's going to benefit them, right? What's going to do it for them as opposed to spark that conversation. So.
I think it's funny because, right, like to your point, people will share with you pretty much anything, right? Let's make it positive. Let's make it helpful. All the things. Maybe is my microphone sound okay to y'all? Do I sound like I'm underwater? I thought one of them sounded like they were underwater. Maybe it's me.
I just muted.
Okay, that's you. Okay. But it's like if you're gonna share something, and I love like what one of y'all put in our notes earlier, is there's a difference between sharing information and sharing marketing information. Mm-hmm. Right? Are you just now meeting me, or am I already selling you something? So it's not just how you share in Shuffle, because we have so many mini topics on this. And Ruben, I know we talked about that last week and taking each little topic, and believe me, I'm and mapping all that out and having a micro learning like Guy's been harping about the last couple of weeks, because that is really where it's at. People want to learn those little bite-sized chunks of information. And do you want to send a trackable link? Do you want to send an untrackable link? Is it something to introduce you, your business, something completely different? Are you doing an event? Are you, how do you want to share it with them? I mean, that's 7 things right there that
Yep.
different ways that you can share it with Shuffle. So I love that we do have all the choices, but make sure you're using the right one for the message that you're sending to, right? Because I wrote myself a note when we were talking about the topic today, was like, for example, a QR code really doesn't make sense on social media, right? Some people know how to grab that and go find it with a QR scanner on their phone, but 9 times out of 10 people see that and go like, well, how am I gonna read that? Because it's on my phone and I need my phone to read it, right? So use the thing that makes the most sense in the place that you're going to put it, even if it's the same message in several places.
Yeah, I think that's really wise, Kathy, and I think sometimes people overlook that. And I think something you mentioned earlier is something that a lot of people overlook. And we talk about the stat that supports this, right? And I've heard this on multiple calls, even feedback from other people who are just validating that it takes 5 to 12 interactions with somebody in general before they make an informed buying decision. So if you start your first interaction with, pardon my French, spamming them with what you're selling, you're really going to be pushing them away versus starting that first share or interaction with starting the relationship. Hey, this is me, you are you. I want to meet each other and get to know each other, and we want to develop a relationship. And over the course of the next 5 to 12 interactions, I'm going to learn something about you. You're going to learn something about me. We're going to see if we can work together. And then I'll give you an offering. And every step of the way, I've got material within my Shuffle cards that is going to support all of those. Everything from the introduction, right? Here's who I am and here's how you can connect with me. And you make it real easy for them to open it. I'm not going to send you a QR code on social media of my business card. I'm going to send you a direct link to my business card. If I'm being smart about it and super specific to an individual, I'm going to create an individual trackable link. If it's a situation where there's going to be a lot of people, hey, everybody, I'm new to the group and I want to introduce myself. It's so excited to be part of this community. Here's some information about who I am and what I do, but I use a campaign link so that, again, everybody in there, maybe that's where I have a form. Hey, if you want to get a hold of me, fill this out, etc. You're really planning in a way and preparing in a way before you just start taking random action. And if you do that, the results will be so much better. If you just go out there and it's like, hey, here's my buy page, and you're sending it through QR code on social media, you're going to turn around and you're going to say, well, I don't get it. Why am I not getting 1,000 opens and 1 million orders? And I think this is one of those things that within this community, that's what we really want to be talking about, because each and every one of us has the capability to do those things. But if we don't have that knowledge or insight, and that's what we're here to share today, we can't implement and follow through with that type of stuff.
100%. Guy, you have anything you want to add on to that?
I don't. I'll get deeper into it here in a little bit, but I know Ruben's been waiting a little bit with his hand up.
All right, we'll let Ruben go.
Hey, hello, everybody. Tech Tuesday. I just want to share a recent win I had this morning. Again, I went out. There's a gentleman I know in Michigan. He signed up for LFI's Shuffle. Haven't heard anything at all, doing something with it or whatever. And he's a leader that I meet every week on what they call book review. We review these books and we have people come in. And he was kind of concerned in the last couple of times that no one was showing up. So here we are together showing up. I said, well, this is summertime. People are busy, whatever. But let me ask you something. You signed up for Shuffle, and I'm looking at your business profile. You've got multiple. He's a physical trainer. He's a certified trainer in weight loss and all that. And I said, wouldn't it be cool if we can design something with Shuffle for each and every one of those features that you have? And they go, well, yeah. I said, okay, first of all, you have an account, right? Okay. can you share that with me? I had him do it because he had to figure it out or whatever. Then finally, he's got his account up there. Now I'm able to show him all the things that he needs to do and what we plan on doing. And bottom line, guys, is that he has 2 cards right now, one for the book review and then for his business. And he's got a campaign in the bottom of it so people can sign up if they have information. He's got it right now in, I sent it the completed cards in Messenger and Facebook. So number one, now he's more excited about what's going on. So number one, I had to really reach out to him. I had to do a one-to-one with him. I had to show him there's a lot of things there are a lot of steps that go in there, but the payoff is that number one, I found out he signed up as an affiliate. So now he can gather his knowledge and now he'll be a resource for other people that need that. And again, to me, he's in my group. So what that does, it builds credibility for me that I go one step further. And that word would resonate out. So that's my win for this morning.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Ruben. And you're going to become that go-to source for your community, much like I know Kathy within her networking becomes the sort of go-to source for networking and digital cards and stuff. And they'll be like, oh, you know who you need to talk to? You're going to need to talk to Kathy, or you're going to need to talk to Ruben, and they'll get you started on that path. And then I think this is sort of the waterfall of ideas, right? Once it waterfalls out to the next person, we're starting to empower them. Yes, they will lean on you, but they'll become so empowered that they can start doing or replicating, as many of us talk about in team situations, what that process is. And for a lot of us, we need to understand that this, again, I said it early on, this isn't rocket science, right? This isn't brain surgery. It's not like we're going to med school here to learn how everything works. You guys don't need to know how to code or even design. You just need to learn those basic skills. And again, I think it's skills on how to use the technology, but it's also skills and strategy on how to use the technology, right? Because it's one thing to create our first digital business card or our first landing page or our first, lead capture form, all of which can be very powerful components in our business. It's another thing to learn how to use them and when to use them and where to use them. Even to Kathy's point, if I'm going to be in a place where I know people will not be on their mobile device, but be able to scan with their mobile device, I'm going to lean a lot more into the use of a QR code. But if I know I'm going to be putting it online where they're going to be viewing from their mobile device, it doesn't make sense to put it into a QR code. It makes sense to paste in the hyperlink so that they can just tap it. So we have to just be thinking about those different paths in each and every situation. And again, it's not a lot of in-depth thought that sits there. You're not pondering for hours, how am I going to do this? You're just taking a few minutes to sit there and go, okay, here's the audience, here's the material I want them to see, here's the journey I want them to take, here's how I'm going to share it with them, here's the expected results. As simple as that.
Well, I think too, talking about sharing and what you're sharing. So one of the things one of my groups is doing in a couple of weeks is we're doing a workshop on those 30-second commercials for networking, right? And to your point, like if you've gone up and you've spent whatever you have, 10 minutes highlighting your business, and then you don't have anything to follow up with that, right? So I always tell people, if nothing else, get that free digital business card and put that QR code on the very end and share how to connect with you after you've been up there. You've had everybody's undivided attention in a networking group for 10 minutes. Make sure they know how to find you instead of just going, okay, and that's it. And it was great talking and see you later.
Yep.
Right?
And keep going, Kathy.
No, I was just going to say, and having the ability, because, if it was me, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm sharing about this company today. And I know we've talked about this a couple of times now where you were like, oh, make one card for one topic, right? I may share the card that's about me, or I may share the card that's about the one topic I just talked about instead of all the things that I do. So the beauty is, again, what was your message? What did you just present? What do you want them to follow up with you on? Do you want to lead capture them? And take all that into consideration before you just slap something up there or slap nothing up there as a follow-up.
Yep. I love that idea of going in with a game plan, right? I mean, I don't remember a single time, and, Guy and I always talk about being athletes, that we ever went into a game without having a plan in place, without knowing the situation, who our potential opponent was, et cetera, and what sort of our expectation was. Obviously, things can change, but as Mike Tyson always says, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. But you sort of want to follow along with those general guidelines. And Kathy, to your point, I mean, if you've got everybody's undivided attention at a networking event, and you're presenting sort of your 30-second pitch, always remember the goal isn't to sell the network on being your customer. The goal is to empower your network to refer you business when they encounter your potential customer. So Kathy, to your point, if you empower and enable them, hey guys, and here's my digital card up on the screen. I would love for you to take an opportunity to open it up and save it. If you've got Shuffle, you can download it to your card index. And if you encounter somebody who could benefit from my XYZ, my product, my service, my brand, my consult, it doesn't matter what it is, I would love the referral. I think also likewise, that's an opportunity for you to give the ask. And if you have a digital card that you can share with me, we can empower each other to refer each other business. And I think that's that huge component within Shuffle that still to this day continues to get overlooked, that there's this awesome ability for us to empower each other, to share each other's business, to refer each other's business. And I know that, Kathy, you are a master of it, because people come to you all the time and they're like, hey, do you know a X, Y, or a Z? And you can just, I've not seen it in person, but I can just imagine there's Kathy, whoop, pulls it out, pulls up the card index, scrolls through, taps and fires it off. And just in that course of action of, yes, I do, let me help you. And then she helps. All of a sudden her credibility, her brand, everything about her raises, in elevation on how she's perceived and how she can help other people.
100%. There's a whole other thing we can go to, and on that I just took a ton of notes. Let's go to Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know she's got her hand up. She's like,
yes, no problem.
My turn.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. This was just spot on. I just spoke, I think yesterday was just going past about, an opportunity. Well, I have a networking, y'all's talking right about it. I have a networking call this evening, and one of my mentors talked about now, no opportunities wasted. And that's exactly what you're saying. So this was kind of fast. I can replay it if we post it, but this will be an opportunity. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna get to work. I think based on what Kathy said, I should use the campaign or just do a basic Tuesday card. Mm-hmm. And at the end, share code and just embellish and indicate this is how we can connect and refer business to each other, because that's what the conversation is about, business to business. As if ER could please let me clone the weekly one if you have it, because we have that would be my gift to the person that put the team together, and tell her so no one will be left behind, that I will gift her with it, but I'm gonna be cloning yours with the 3 days. But that way I can start building credibility to build business and opportunity.
I love it. I love it, Tuesday. And also consider these other things. Again, when Guy is talking about sharing, when Kathy's talking about sharing, think about what value you're creating for the people that you are sharing things with. So whether it's opportunity and sharing that week at a glance card, and I posted that in the chat for everybody in case you need to, you can grab that. If you open it up on your computer, you can hit download and download it to the card index. Once it's in your card index, you can clone that for yourself or just reshare that link, entirely up to you. But also consider sharing the free card. Hey, everybody, I'm so thankful. Hey, I wanted to show you my digital business card. I help other people set these things up. If you know other businesses, guys, this is a great little secret. I always tell people, even if I'm speaking directly to somebody, I don't assume that they are my customer. Instead, I assume that they know my customer. And then I'll be like, Kathy, I know this might not be for you, but maybe you know somebody who could do 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or who could benefit from A, B, or C, or who's looking for X, Y, and Z. And Kathy would be like, yes, I do know people like that, but I might also be that person. And so instead of talking at that person saying, you're my, you know what I mean? So one of those things like, I'd love to give everybody or invite everybody to have this for free. People love free, guys. People love free because you're not asking them to buy from you. And in the tech world, that free offering, it's referred to, you can go out and Google this, it's referred to as the tripwire, okay? Why? Because that gets them in. I hate to use the example, guys, but we're all really familiar with it. There's a reason why drug dealers give samples. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? Like they're given little samples and then the customers start coming back. I want a little bit more of what you got. Same thing here, guys, but only a lot cleaner and a lot better for you. You know what I mean?
You're talking medical device sales, right? You're talking medical device reps.
Correct. 100%. Unless you live in Colorado like us, it's just different types of samples, guys. No, but
Telefy is the drug of choice. I love it. I love
right?
it.
I think that's the huge opportunity, and that's the tripwire. And we've always talked about this. If a person starts using Shuffle, right, and starts experiencing what they can experience, one of the things you'll find is within that free account, it always gives them almost, you know what I mean? Hey, somebody just viewed your card. They get a warm and fuzzy. I'm getting people to look at my card. But then it's like, wouldn't you like to know who? Wouldn't you like to capture better leads or change your templates or do have contacts that you can set reminders and notes for? All of those things are those upsell opportunities, and you're just going to empower them to get started and then watch their journey. And some will, some won't. So what? If you go out there and start to give and give and give, it's almost like that servant leadership. They're going to come back and ask some questions. I always like to give and ask for, once you build a card, make sure you give it back to me so I can be empowered to refer you business. Now there's an incentive for them, The incentive.
I think isn't the free card just the that's the top of your funnel? That's what it is.
It's a great way to think about it. Great way to think about it, right? That's the tripwire that gets them in. And then to Ruben's point, if you're following up, if you're touching base, if you're, hey, I gave you a free business card link last week. Have you built your card? Because I'd love for you to share it back to me so I can refer you business. There's no, I don't want you to refer me business, so I'm not going to take the action. And again, some people don't want to be successful, but some people will say absolutely. In fact, I totally forgot about that. There are some drawbacks to free, right? Free means, maybe I can wait a little bit. Maybe I don't need to take immediate action. Maybe there's not as much value as I perceived if I'm paying. Once you start to create that value for them or give them calls to action, as we like to call them, you can start to progress down a path. And it all just starts with sharing your information, sharing free gifts, sharing a lead capture, sharing little tidbits about, I love the people out there who are experts in their field and have some tips to provide, and they build a card with those tips on them. Hey, I want to give you the 5 tips that all estate planners need to know, or all, the 5 tax advantages that every business owner needs to take advantage of. Those types of things. If you have a skill or a service or a product and you have some tips to go along with it, create a card. That's value add, small consumable things that can be another touch point that can be shared out.
100%. No, I think too, it's funny because I'll get people that will ask me, I'll meet them and get their information in a Shuffle, and they'll say, so the only way that you connect with people is over having one of these cards. I'm like, I didn't say that. I was like, now I can help you get one for free if you'd like to have one. But I think it even surprises people when you do make a referral for them and they're not in Shuffle and they're like, oh, okay, wait, she's legit going to still refer me and think of me, but I could make it easier for her to share my information if I join this thing. Like I told you guys, I had somebody that joined me who 4 years ago when we first started and I met him, he was like, oh, I can do all that on my iPhone. I'm like, yeah, sure you can. Sounds good. Perfect. Glad you're happy with what you got. And here we are 4 years later and he signs up and I'm like, So not the same then, right? So it's not like I'm saying like, hey, this is what I do. And if you don't do it, I'm not going to refer you. But then they start to see your legitimacy that you actually have these referrals and you have this network and that they could become part of it by joining. Again, you just give them the free option or the pro option, and then all of a sudden there they are, and they're a Shuffle user. Ruben, or no, not Ruben. Sorry, Aiden, what's up?
Hello, everybody. Well, I sent my link to ER, but what I wanted to know is because I changed my picture on my card, and I sent it to somebody on Messenger today, but it still had my old. Well, on the link on the Messenger, it still had my old picture, but it didn't have my new picture. So is that a glitch, or is it something that I needed to do, or?
The little pencil icon. Is that what you're thinking, Guy?
No, this is a Messenger Facebook cookie type issue that you have to go clear that out to get the new image to appear in the preview. So that's on Facebook. If you're sending the same link and you change images, it's going to have that first image. So you just have to go into your Facebook and clear that cookie.
Where in Facebook? Not on the. I mean, meaning I shared it from my Shuffle account to a Facebook Messenger. So where do I clear it at?
I'll find that.
Guy will find it and they'll get it back out to you. I also know,
Okay.
like, if you've got your profile on your card, your little profile image, you can update that. But be aware in the top left-hand corner of the screen on our desktop builder, and maybe I should just open this up and show you guys.
I was gonna say, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. I'm in
browser.
Oh, Mike knows.
Let's just see. Let me grab one of these and see if I can open it up in an editor and then share screen. Yep, here we go. Okay. So also be aware, and on some templates it will auto update. You can see this one's hidden right now. This image here, I can show the image real quick. So in this template, we had a template. There's an image on it. Be aware that this image is a profile image, my photo, but sometimes you have images on your card that you're using for your photo, but aren't necessarily the profile image. So up here where we have landing page and there's a little pencil icon, this is obviously on the desktop builder. There's also a photo right here. And again, those in the profile photo will auto update together, but I have seen cards where somebody has used maybe the image scroller to put their image in or added another image, and then they change that and they expect this image to be the image that displays. Realize that in here, this is that preview image that people are going to see. So you can change that if you'd like to be something else. And then obviously, as Guy is talking about and Mike mentioned, clearing your cache or your cookies in certain areas will refresh. I know a lot of sites will optimize, caching images so that things load or display a bit faster.
Oops.
My bad.
Thank you.
No worries, Guy. You got that or no? 1 second. Okay, Anna, we'll go to you. We'll wait for Guy. We gotta unmute.
Get ya?
Sorry,
There you go. There you go.
All right.
I'm talking away. My hands are going. I was helping a new person get started up today. And I guess, there are some technical things that we did incorrectly, so it didn't tie together. But one thing I noticed when we were on Zoom and I was looking at his page, I was showing him all the different areas and it said under connects, there were 3 automatic connects. Kathy Inman wants to connect with you. Corey Bauman wants to connect with you. Mike Forrest wants to connect with you. How do I get on an automatic connect like that?
In fact, you will be automatically connected if they're using your referral link. If you
Yes.
did not get auto connected in that situation, Anna, please let me know the individual. Guy and I were just on a development conversation today, and I think there may be a glitch in certain situations where it's not auto connecting the direct referral. But as you know, within the affiliate program, there are multiple degrees of separation, right? So first degree, your direct referral, second degree, third degree, fourth degree, and our system will actually auto either connect on the first degree, your direct referrals, and
Yeah, they did
send
that.
and send a request to connect automatically for anybody who's falling
Leadership.
within your 6 degrees of separation. So realize that that is happening for anybody, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down to potentially 10 if you qualify of getting those auto connects sent. So nothing you have to do, no setting you have to adjust on, it will automatically happen.
I kind of thought that's what it was, but I didn't see Ruben's name on there.
Yeah, send me over the individual and we'll dig into it and make sure it's doing all of them.
Okay, terrific. Let's see if I had another question about affiliates. How do I see what an affiliate's code is? I mean, if I can't reach it, and I sympathize with you, Kathy, because our internet was down today. And believe me, we have underground fiber optics. That's twice in 9 years that I've been down. That's
Wow.
kind of crazy. huh?
3 times in 1 week. I'm waiting for fiber optics. Do you have that? I don't know that Doug Demo isn't an affiliate, right? So we can't show it on his.
It's not been activated. Let me see if I can sort of.
So if you go to your app, Anna, this is the best place that I do it all the time. So if you go to your app and open up more. Of course, I'm not signed in because I was showing somebody
I
something
have
last
got
night.
one real quick.
Do you have something you can show?
Yes, Beatrice probably won't like that I'm showing it, but maybe it'll get people to sign up under her link. So I'm actually logged in as a support for somebody I was helping out earlier, just signed up as an affiliate right here, right? So they've got their affiliate activation, their invite code. Typically when you're first on there, you're on your dashboard. And what we're doing, Anna, is we're going up to network. These are all the people that would be the downline referrals, right? So she's brought in 2 free people and you can see their individual invite codes. So something to be aware of, these are even free accounts. Everybody has an invite code. Even free users, even shufflers who are not affiliates. Why? Because if they make a referral, 1, that's going to fall into your referral network. And 2, if they ever activate their affiliate status in the future, they will get retroactive credit moving forward for those past people they've referred. They won't get retroactive commissions. So you really want to activate your affiliate. But those are the invite codes. So if you want to grab somebody within your network's referrals, you can do that. You can go in and say, okay, I need to help you, Mr. Sanchez. Here is his code,
Okay, so I just go to affiliate.lfi.com and my code. Okay.
Affiliate.lfi.com is going to be your resource for your affiliate stuff.
Okay,
From
I just
here,
wanted to be
you can
sure
also
I knew what.
track your coins. You can get to your e-wallet. You can cash out. Your invite links are going to be here. Some affiliate assets. Your invite code itself. This is a good thing to remember. As you've seen, this My Invite code, if we go to any of our other pages, right, like our affiliate page of our website, you're just adding your invite code at the end of it. I'm one of the lucky ones. I got like a ER as my invite code. If you are seeing your invite code in here, and again, it's something that, is usually a combination first name dot last name, and you want it adjusted, you can reach out to us at support and we can make adjustments to simplify that down. In fact,
Yeah,
Anna,
they did for me.
Anna, yeah, we shortened yours for you.
Yeah,
You just have to make sure it's
thank
available.
you.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully that helps. I love that question. Why? When Guy and I originally started everything from the affiliate perspective, it's all about really helping create new entrepreneurs. And one of the things we wanted to do was empower people to help other people with their referrals. So it wasn't always me using my referral link. It was, hey, Kathy, let me help you get them enrolled, and I'll use Kathy's link, etc.
And that's really what I wanted it for,
Yeah.
is, you know, when I'm helping them. That's
Yep.
the important part, yeah.
And then
Thank you.
Kathy, I believe that's accessible in the mobile app as well. When you click on your more option, the little gear in the lower right-hand side, there's going to be a tab for network, and you can click on that, and you should see those people in your network as well.
So I was trying
But
to,
do you
yeah,
see
I'm
their
trying to
code?
upload. I'm trying to upload something to my Trello that I can, or to my files I can show you guys real quick. So yeah, if you open your app, this is what I do. Because I'm very transparent with people, and there's no reason not to be, right? So if
Right.
they get Shuffle, I let them know that it is an affiliate program. If you go, so if I go network somewhere, say I'm going to some offshoot meeting that I don't normally go to, and I introduce myself, I typically find somebody that's like, hey, I want to do this. What are you doing? Tell me more about it. How do you make money at this? What, you know, whatever. And I'll tell them like, hey, I'm happy to help you support you in this. If this is something you're interested in, I don't know that I'm going to come to this meeting every week. You come to this meeting every week. I'm happy to help you build a Shuffle network in this meeting, right? A, now I have a Shuffle network in a meeting that I don't have to attend. And B, let that person run with it, right? So if you'll open your app and you go to more and you go to your network, tap on one of the people that have an active subscription, and you'll actually be able to see different things when you tap their name. It's going to say copy Shuffle invite link, enroll under for Shuffle, and connections info.
Oh, I found it. Okay.
Got it? Okay. So if I'm chatting with somebody and they've introduced me to their friend, so I'm like, I'm talking to Bob. Bob signed up for Shuffle. He wants to build this team out. I'm not going to be coming every week, but Bob's going to come. And then here's Julie. I'm like, you know what, Julie, sign up under Bob. I literally do it for them on my phone. I pull up Bob, I go enroll under Shuffle, and I hand that person the phone. And now that person is using my phone to enroll under Bob. I've empowered him. I've given him some credibility, and I can leave and I'm done, right? And I can say, come to Tech Tuesday at 2.
Yep. And
So
Yeah, absolutely.
Kathy,
one of the,
Perfect,
one of
thank
the
you.
smartest things I remember when I first saw that, when I joined Shuffle in 2017, I was like, these guys have literally thought of everything. Imagine having that in any, I mean, I don't know, maybe there is now, but back when I was in direct sales, I couldn't do that for a team member, right? I could, help somebody else sign somebody else up somehow, some way, but I didn't walk around with all of their invite links sitting in my phone.
yeah.
Brilliant.
I think this is that powerful thing that when we look at the mechanics, when I think about any type of machine, I think about there's a best practice on how to use it, right? And the same thing within the affiliate program, guys. We talk about our direct referrals. You get 10% on your direct referrals. We all know that. But you get 8% on your network referrals, okay? So think about what Kathy's just talking about, right? Johnny Appleseed walking around, planting trees sort of as he goes around. That's what Kathy's doing. She's going to different networking groups, and she's starting to set up little team members in each place that she goes. She's, she will sacrifice the 2% when you think of it in the grand scheme of things, the 2 to 8% to empower Bob and give Bob credit for everybody else he supports within the group, and yet also let Bob know, I am a support for you. And when we talk about being that servant leader and helping empower other people, that's the strategy that starts to build an organization. And I've always been the person where we talk about the affiliate program, we talk about 2 masterful components. 1, residual compensation, right? Let's do it and get it paid every single month. And 2 is leverage. And I would say leverage is probably more powerful than residual compensation. If you can go out and have a team of individuals out there that they get 10%, hey, Bob, I'm going to show you how to make 10% commission off of everybody in this group who you empower, and I'm going to support you in doing this. And, you're going to get 8%. It's not going to impact Bob's 10% at all. It's just 8% comes to you. And now it's like Kathy cloning herself in a way, right? Mm-hmm. She doesn't have to go to that meeting every week. New people and new guests are going to come. and there's Bob, and there's the few other people. It doesn't mean that Bob who gets Sally can't now be empowered to be supported by Bob or Kathy to go out and help that new guest that comes in. So there's a lot of power that comes behind that. But I think we get overlooked. Like, Guy, you and I talk about this all the time. There are some games where there's not winners and losers. And yet everybody views the world as, if I'm going to win, you must lose. And the reality is, no, this can be a win, 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 win for everybody. And when we do that, wow, that high tide raises all ships.
Takes you back to the day when we trained people on win-win negotiation.
Right?
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. Yeah. I mean, and why not? Again, you just look like the person who's the nice guy. I mean, to me, it makes sense. I was talking to a new Shuffle user last week, and he was really funny. But one of the things he said was just like, I'm so excited to now understand more about Shuffle. And he was like, I love finding a product that has it offers its own solutions. And he goes, because then I can backward engineer and think about people that I know that need the solution that you guys offer, and figure out who to introduce you to. He goes, matter of fact, my office is in a building that's almost all realtors. And he goes, they would just go crazy over this. I could just bring you in as a speaker and have something set up for my, building tenants. I'm like, that would be great.
Yep.
And this was
Brown
one
bag
connect.
lunch. Here's the ER.
Yeah. I mean, this was one connect out of a million connects of somebody who just reached out and said, hey, I see that we're in the same networking group and you're in Shuffle. Like, tell me more. I didn't know what we were going to talk about. That's what we talked about. So this goes right back to the whole topic of sharing, whether or not you're sharing Shuffle, what solution Shuffle offers, or sharing what you do and the solutions that you personally offer. I think that, again, I won't harp on it, but especially right now with everything going on with the economy, people are looking for low cost, smart solutions. And, again, I didn't know if Luke would be on here today, but I just spent a couple hours yesterday with my friend Luke, who does multiple things, but we call him Luke, the gun guy. He's our gun dealer. And he was like, Kathy, I'm spending a fortune running a website that I don't need, because Shuffle can do all of this. And so we set him up his multi-link. He's got his one landing page. It links to all the things that he does. And he's like, I'm done. He attached it to his tap card and he was like, I'm good.
I
So
mean, to add
that's
to
a
that-
nice feeling, right?
To add to that, a question that we had, that there's some individuals that are working together, putting campaigns together, and their question to people, or their answer now with LFI, is, what is LFI Shuffle and how is it changing online websites and landing pages as we know it?
Yep.
Everyone are looking for some type of differentiator to get their information out, right? Kathy, you'd mentioned, we've all mentioned, we know how the economy is going. You hear on radio commercials or on any type of commercial anymore talking about gas prices. And now that there's apps out there that if you download the app and you do something with it, you can save at the gas pump or you can earn. And those all have referral elements to it.
I
You can
have
all
them.
join those for free and get your information out about them through Shuffle.
Promote them, do all of that type of stuff. And I think that's a big thing when we think about sharing in general. Like, first and foremost, as a customer of Shuffle, you should be sharing who you are, what you do, your brand, your product or service. For one, the primary reason that Shuffle's going to help engage with the people you're sharing it with. But on a secondary basis, just by using it for yourself, you're exposing people to the platform. How many times, Kathy? I mean, Michael Ray was a good example, right? Like, what did you just do? No, I mean, how did you do that? And you're like, oh, you mean this, and you're talking about the content that's on your landing page, and he's talking about the application. You were not intending at that moment to promote Shuffle, but that's what came out of it. It elicited the conversation. What is that? How does that work? How did you do that? Oh my gosh, I could see how I could use this, much like you are in your business, for my business. Internally, we call that the passive share. because you're passively exposing people to LFI, to Shuffle, to Tap by actively promoting your own brand, business, product, service. Then we have the active share or the active referral, right? Like I'm going out actively targeting people who I think could benefit from features within Shuffle. And when we talk about that from the share perspective, I really want people to be thinking about the benefit versus the function. Shuffle has forms, but it helps you generate new leads. So what are people more interested in? Having forms or generating new leads? You know what I mean? If you lead with the end result, how would you like to generate more leads in your business? Are you using lead capture forms? This platform has lead capture forms that you can build, very simply, that can help you generate new leads. You're leading with the end result of new leads. Or how are you managing your contacts, setting follow-ups, taking notes on those contacts, remembering what you talked about, not letting opportunities fall through the cracks. Those are the types of things that open up that conversation when we're sharing, to start asking those types of questions and positioning solutions. Because that's really what we're doing, is we're providing solutions to people to help them solve problems, and in some instances that they didn't even know that they had.
Well, the other thing I think too, talking about again sharing, is when you do use, and I get the whole thing about having too many links on a card. I get it. You can have too much information, too long, too much, whatever. But if you have one card that is very succinct, explains who you are and what you do, and has a couple links that talk. I can't tell you how many people that I meet because they understand I do Shuffle, who end up either coming to my networking group, or we end up having a very emotional heart-to-heart talk about our nonprofit. I mean, again, I don't know who all knows about nonprofit. We help families that experience miscarriage in under 20 weeks of pregnancy. It is not a topic most people think they're going to talk about when they go into a face-to-face meeting. And I can tell you that more often than not, it puts somebody on their heels and they share with me about a loss that they had. And the connection that I have with that person after that conversation, they never forget me.
Mm-hmm.
And they always refer me to something, whether it's for Shuffle, networking, the nonprofit, whatever it is. And had I not had a chance to go like, here you go, here's what I do, and let them choose their adventure and go like, wait, what's this?
Yep.
Oh, I'm happy to tell you more about that. They're like, oh, can I tell you a story? Yeah, please. I'm happy to listen. I don't know how many connections, you know what I mean? Or if I am talking about the nonprofit, I've had those people come back to me and go like, wait a minute, tell me about this other thing. So it's just, it allows you to be this well-rounded person versus just a sales bot, right? That's how I look at sharing and giving people the opportunity to know about Shuffle and what we do.
Yep. So,
so
true.
It's huge. It's to me, there's massive impact that I don't even think the ripple effect has come back to how much information is shared through Shuffle, and the users that we get to talk to, either, one-on-one, or groups that we've had to talk to over the years, or people that I've had, had the opportunity to present to over the years. The massive ripple effect that Shuffle has had for thousands, hundreds of thousands of businesses. I'd wish we could capture that.
Yeah. Ruben, go ahead. You've been patient.
Okay, I just want to, if I have someone that's interested and they're going along with Shuffle, whatever, and then now I want to take them to the affiliate stage, I'm just a believer in making it very, very simple for them. And right here, I don't know how I got it, but I've had it in my card index. It's called an affiliate custom template. It's got the video, tells them basically how much they make, and then it says, if you're interested, press this button. Now, I didn't do that when I signed up for an affiliate. I went through that whole rigmarole, okay? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, Kathy just explained that if we want to refer someone, we can go to our more, we look at our network, and then we pick out someone that we feel that's a Shuffle user. If we touch that, is there any way that we could look right there and see that they're an affiliate?
I think there's some color coding on there that might do that. I'd have to check into that on the app.
Okay, because
Okay.
that would be really cool, because then we can go back to them and say, hey, let me send you this, and it'll be the template that they can review again and sign up as an affiliate. Then I know for sure that they're an affiliate.
Yeah, I want to say there's some identifier. I know there's some color coding on their account type, like free versus premium, etc.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if there's anything that indicates whether they're an affiliate or not.
okay.
Also, just along that vein, Ruben, a good strategy, if you will, on making referrals and stuff, I will always ask somebody, do you know anybody who could benefit from this solution? Then do you want to get credit, or do you want to refer them to me so I can get credit for them?
Okay,
And
you said it.
typically when you position it like that, like the company's going to pay out no matter what. Like that's the cool thing here. They can either pay me or they can pay you, and the moment you give it an opportunity to get paid for making a connection, the more they start to see that there's a path that they can go down for that. A lot of people think like, I don't want to sign up for an affiliate program. Instead, you're not asking them to sign up for the affiliate program. You're asking them for the referrals, and a lot of people, I think, even in traditional business, they miss out on asking people for referrals, right? Like think about all of your existing customers. If you went to your existing customers and asked each of them, hey, you've been a customer of mine, clearly you bought from me, clearly you like the product or the service, do you know anybody else who I could help or who could benefit from this? A lot of them would think I've got one or two I could introduce you to or share you to. That's the good opportunity. Would you like to get credit for it, or do you mind if I just take the credit? Well, what do you mean I could get credit for it? Oh, and then that opens the conversation to talking a little bit more about that. And that's really what it boils down to. Guys talked about it. Kathy's talked about it. We hear about it all the time. We're not trying to be mega influencers here. We truly have to realize that in a way we are all micro influencers. And if we could all each go out, and Guy and I talk about it, focus on get 4 or 5 people and show them how to each get 4 or 5 people, you'd be amazed at the impact that can have as it ripples through, sort of the relationship network.
Sorry, I'm trying to look at this while you guys are doing that. I don't see a color coding in the app. Is there a way to do it in the back? I'm looking at my back office right now
I'm looking at the desktop version that I was just in, and the only thing I'm seeing is the color coding for the account type.
Yes, I see that too. Is there a way to tell if someone?
I'll check to see if there's a way to understand if somebody is an affiliate or not. I know on our back-end systems, we can see like if they have a little affiliate block, and maybe we just need to expose that same little thing. Maybe it's an A in a circle or something.
Well, the one thing I would say, Ruben, on that question would be if you go under more in your app, and you go to a person, or if you just look at your list, you will see under their name a little arrow and how many, and a number, I think it is. That's how many people they've invited that they have. Okay. Yeah. So the worst case scenario is if you don't know if they're an affiliate or not, that's the person to reach out to and go like, hey, I see that you've brought 6 people to Shuffle or whatever. I just want to make sure you are signed up for our affiliate program. Have you made that step to get a thank you? I always say our affiliate program is like a thank you for introducing someone. Are you getting thanked every month by Shuffle with some coins for bringing somebody to the program? So even if there isn't a way right now, those are the people I would reach out to and just be like, thank you. Okay, somebody's emailed support the request. And that way, at least that, the people that are sharing and the people that are out there sharing Shuffle have been invited specifically by you if they're not already an affiliate.
Yeah.
That
Thank
would
you.
be my first step. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Another strategy I've seen used in the past, and not that I'm going to recommend this, but I'm just going to let you guys know, is Ruben, to that point, I've seen people come in and they'll make a sub referral underneath somebody in their network. And then they'll reach out to that person and say, did you know you have a referral? And it opens up the door. Yeah, you're missing out on getting paid or thanked for those referrals. And then they're like, wow, I didn't even know I had one. Yeah, it must have been somebody you shared a card with or something like that. You know, you do some placement because they're already seeing some progress, and then they're more motivated to step forward or lean into the conversation of that progress. I think a lot of the times we think about, oh, if I'm looking at opportunities or joining something, I don't know if I'm willing to go through the whole path of jumping through the hoops of doing the work, etc. But when I can see that I'm making some forward progress, even again, if it's placed, you know, you can offer to say, well, let me help you with your next few ones. Again, if every opportunity opened up the door for 2 or 3 more opportunities, guys, that's exponential growth. The only time it's linear is when one leads to one leads to one. So if you had a customer and you asked them for, give me 2 people I could talk to, think about every customer taking you to 2 more, every customer taking you to 2 more. That's going to lead to some exponential growth for you and your network.
In ER, in that vein, I signed up he's an area manager, and there's only five people that we know. They're always in the same group.
Yep.
So when I took over his account and created a card for him on desktop and mobile, I went to the desktop because that was the prettiest, and he's colorblind.
Yeah.
So I made it blue so that he can really see it, and he likes it. Guess who got the card? Every one of those people, from him to them. He doesn't know that yet, but wait till I see him. So what do they see? You know, they see a great card from him.
Yep. And you know, in some cases as well, we would call that borrowed confidence. Think about this. In every group or situation where we go to, there might be a leader within that group that we could support. And by supporting that leader, he's going to be the borrowed confidence with us. He walks us in to the rest of that community. When Guy and I talk about some of the corporate deals we go into, right? It's not typically us knocking on the door of the corporate office saying, let us in, we've got something great that we know can benefit you, because that's what everybody's doing. It's when we walk hand in hand in with somebody who's already on the team and they're showing corporate, look at what I've done, look at what it's resulting in, and look at the guys I want to introduce you who helped me do it. That opens up the door in the conversation because of that borrowed confidence. So be aware of some of those types of strategies as you're out there talking to groups. There are influencers, right? If Guy and I didn't say it enough, you guys are influencers. You may not realize it. Then there are the people you're interacting with who don't maybe understand that they have influence as well in their own communities, in their own spheres, in their own circles, that can be tapped into essentially.
Love it. I love it. All right, guys, we are at the top of the hour. We didn't even take questions today. We just had a whole topic to go on today.
I love it.
Do you have anything you wanted to add on this? No?
Not really. Not really. Just put in some memory joggers, ideas of people that we can look at that might have problems and how we can provide solutions for that triple win.
Yep.
Absolutely. Everybody can win.
I want to give 2 sports analogies again, because Guy and I are little athlete guys, right? Gretzky quote, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, everybody. I mean, think about that. We miss 100% of the shots that we don't take. Get out there and share, take shots. The worst case scenario is you might miss some of the shots that you take, but eventually one is going to go in the net and you're going to get a point. You know, and the other thing is, this is not baseball, guys. It's not 3 strikes and you're out. We live in a world where we get unlimited at bats, and all we have to hit is a single, a double, or a triple, or maybe every now and then we'll hit a home run. But you got to step up to the plate and keep swinging. So I want to leave everybody with that along this topic of sharing. Get out there and share. Get out there and share. You know, ask for feedback. If it's your first time sharing, ask for feedback. Hey, everybody, I just created this awesome page. I'm super excited about it. I would love to get your insight and feedback. that's the best way to share with friends, family, and those you trust, because they're going to give you constructive criticism and feedback that's going to help and improve. And it's another exposure. So again, don't worry, get out there and share within the community. We'll give you feedback as well, but realize that the network is out there and it's to be had. So Kathy, go on ahead and close us down. And I want to thank everybody for coming on this Tuesday.
Absolutely. I think what I would say would be the worst case scenario is they say no. And that doesn't change anything. So you didn't have them before, they say no, you don't have them now, nothing changed. And they may eventually come back to you because you presented an opportunity that they're going to think about and go like, maybe I should have said yes. So a no doesn't change anything, not now, right? All right, y'all, thanks for joining us. Oh no.